Alright guys, what's happening? You already know what it is. Nintendo put up a Direct yesterday, and that's about the only thing that gets your boy back on YouTube these days. Unfortunately, for some reason, long story short, long story, I'm having a hard time uploading YouTube videos these days. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. Now, I'm not going to touch on everything with great depth, but I will lightly cover everything that was in the Nintendo Direct, obviously spending more time on stuff that personally interests me. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Also, keep in mind, this is not going to be in order. Probably going to be bouncing all over the place. But I do want to go over 3DS first, since that was a thing. That was there. They did show off new 3DS stuff. Wow. Anyways, starting off with the remakes that are coming to 3DS, we are getting Luigi's Mansion, the GameCube version, over on 3DS. They're going to add some stuff. Don't have the details written down, not looking directly at them, but we're getting that, and we're getting Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey. So, remake of the DS original with some added content. That's how Nintendo likes to do stuff. They don't really like to straight remake something. They'll tweak them here and there, maybe not add too much content or change too many things, but they do like to make changes with their remakes. So, if you like those games and you wanted a little more of them, there you go, on 3DS. Also, we're getting another Dylan game. This one is Dylan's Dead Heat Breakers. Am I reading that? Yeah, Dead Heat Breakers. Whatever that is. Not gonna lie, I haven't really played any of the Dylan games. They look alright though. Look alright. And finally, when I'm talking about 3DS, some of the Switch games are also coming to 3DS, but I don't remember exactly which ones. But anyways, Detective Pikachu is going to be coming out here. They showed off a little more of that. We're getting a little Detective Pikachu amiibo. Looks kind of funny. Don't know if I really want it. I'm an amiibo fanatic, more or less, although I've really slowed it down. But yes, we're getting Detective Pikachu. It's going to be 2D only. So if you wanted to see Detective Pikachu in all his glory in 3D, sorry. Moving on to the Switch, again, maybe not particularly in order. This is just order. I had it written down of what I was going to talk about. So I'm going to start with ARMS. There's an online open tournament starting, well, yesterday. It started yesterday, technically. Yesterday until March 18th. You play the mess out of Splatoon ranked mode, and then I believe the top 8 make it on to the finals on March 31st. Also, on March 31st, if you do not have ARMS and you're curious about it, you want to check it out, there's going to be a global test punch, which is basically the weekend of March 31st. You get to download a ARMS demo and play it for free. See what you're missing, see if you like it, see if you don't. Give it a shot. Give it a whirl. Why not? Next up, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition comes out May 18th. I was going to say March. Good thing I caught that. May 18th, we're getting Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Also on May 18th, we're getting Little Nightmares Complete Edition. Game looks a little weird. Probably not really my kind of game. Not saying it looked bad. Just not really something I would particularly play. But if you're interested in it, it looked cool to you, this, running around in like some kids' nightmares and overcoming some weird shit, then check that out. So now we have some gameplay footage of Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, or is it No More Heroes, Travis Strikes Again? Whatever. The new No More Heroes game, now it is very clear that we've seen gameplay that this is a spin-off, not a game from the main series. It still looks kind of fun. Just don't go in there with the expectations of like a No More Heroes 3. So story-wise, I still don't know. I think those details are still a bit scarce, but we got a better look at what kind of direction that they're taking the game from the gameplay standpoint. Still looks good. It still looks fun. It just doesn't look like a traditional No More Heroes. So as long as you don't go in there with that expectation, you might have a good time. Dark Souls Remastered comes out May 25th for the Nintendo Switch. I believe that's the same day it comes out on the other systems. Correct me if I'm wrong. And we are getting a Praise the Sun amiibo. Praise the Sun amiibo! Shit looks ridiculous, shit looks funny, and I know people are going to scoop up that amiibo just because of that. I think it just lets you do the Praise the Sun emotion in the game. I think that's what it does. I don't recall it doing anything too useful, but I don't know, it's still funny. And then they showed off this like a really weird Sushi Striker Way of the Sushido game, this weird game where sushi is just like banned or controlled by the government or something. Is illegal. I don't know. It looks looks really dumb. Coming to the Switch and the 3DS on June 8th. Looks silly, but I mean, sometimes those silly games are mad fun. So, I'm not knocking anyone who thought that they might want to scoop it up or try it out, but you do you, man. Next up, this one kind of caught me off guard a little bit. South Park: The Fractured Butthole is coming to the Nintendo Switch. I forget how the DLC was. I don't know how much DLC it came with or if all the DLC sold separately. I think all the DLC sold separately. Comes out April 24th for the Nintendo Switch. So if you like the South Park video games, don't really find yourself having that much time to sit in front of your console or computer to play them, Switch is now an option for you for that game. So there you go. Check it out. Okami HD is coming to the Switch. Now, I'm glad I held off on this Switch a couple times. I wanted to scoop it up on PS4, and I was just kind of on the edge about it. But Switch version, yes. Yes, 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 for the Switch version. Obviously, it's Okami. Obviously, it's in HD. But in addition to all that, they offer multiple control schemes. So in handheld mode, you can use the touchscreen for touch controls. Awesome. And in tabletop and in the docked mode, you can use the Joy-Cons for motion controls. And of course, you can still, if you please, use the analog sticks for traditional controls. So any control scheme that you wanted for Okami is available to you through Okami HD on the Nintendo Switch. So that alone, in my opinion, makes it worth it. Not to mention, you can obviously play it on the go. Just the fact that you have the option to play the game however you thought it was best played, where if you played Okami-den on DS and you're like, wow, these touchscreen controls would really work great for Okami, or if you played on the previous Wii versions or maybe the PS3 version with, I think it used Move. I think you were allowed to do motion controls on the PS3 version. So if you like the motion controls, that's also available. If you just want to say, screw it, I just want to play Okami with the dual analogs, but I like the option of playing everywhere. The Switch version is for you. It's great. It's great. No matter what kind of Okami fan you are, the Switch version is for you. Isn't that wonderful? In a kind of a surprise move, but I think it was leaked, Crash Bandicoot be coming to the Nintendo Switch July 10th. So July 10th, Crash Bandicoot comes out for the Nintendo Switch, the Insane Trilogy, which hit PS4 last year. And I believe it is also coming to Xbox One and PC. It's not Switch exclusive. Like, this isn't just like Sony and Nintendo has a monopoly on this. Like, it's coming to everything, basically, more or less. So timed exclusive on PS4, I guess, but it had like a good year or so. So I say that's pretty long for time exclusive. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker coming to the Switch. Now, I didn't catch this at first. I didn't really play Captain Toad like that on Wii U. It is the Wii U version. It's got some extra stuff. It's got some levels inspired by Super Mario Odyssey. Yes, Odyssey. So it's got some levels inspired by the new Mario game that came out on Switch. And yeah, like it's a good game. It is a good game. I didn't really get into it like that. It's all puzzle stuff. If you love puzzles, then scoop you up some Captain Toad Treasure Tracker when that comes out, July 13th. Also, July 13th, my mans, Octopath Traveler is coming out. Comes out July 13th. They showed off a couple more of the characters, quote-unquote classes, whatever. They showed off the merchant class and the apothecary class, and then you can also choose a secondary class, so you can have elements of two different classes. You find your merchant, like, look, I don't like the way this merchant plays, getting the ass whooped, this and that. Combine it with a warrior or mage or whatever, get you some damage on board. And obviously each class has its own thing, like the merchants can talk to people in game and get items and like deals no one else can get. So a lot of stuff, just the small details. It's the small things. It really is. Game looks good. Definitely scooping that up. Looks amazing. Day one, for sure. Next up, we got the game with the closest release date. Kirby Star Allies comes out March 16th, literally next week. There's a demo available now. I have not tried it out yet, but it's Kirby, man. It's Kirby. I have not played a bad Kirby game, even like some of the spin-offs or Epic Yarn where they completely changed the gameplay. It was still Kirby. It was still a good game. It was still fun. If you're looking to have a good time without the frustration that comes along with most video games, get yourself a Kirby game. Get yourself a Kirby game. It's fun. So now we have the segment that I feel dragged on for a little too long. We had the Mario Tennis Aces, Mario Ace, whatever it is, that the tennis game coming to the Switch. Now, I'm not knocking it. It does look like a good game. They are definitely paying careful attention to some of the mechanics, adding a lot of crazy stuff to it. And they're also, if you wanted to play in the traditional like Mario 64 tennis mode, they got that. They got like a simple mode where it's just like, just a rare, very basic shots. So I do like that. How for you old school guys like me, playing simple mode, if you want to do all the crazy whatever bullshit they added, you can do that mode too. There seems to be a pretty in-depth single player, surprisingly. Yeah, so they actually are pouring a lot of love and care and attention into this game to make it very dynamic. You can play how you want to play. They have all these, new stuff to keep it fresh. You want to keep it simple. You can do that too. And that is coming out June 22nd. They're going to have a pre-launch like online tournament where basically you download a demo of the game, play online, check it out. That hasn't got a release date yet, but when it comes out, then Nintendo will let you know, and a day or two later after Nintendo lets you know, in case you didn't get that news, I'll post up a video. So yeah, watch out for that. And of course, what kind of Nintendo Direct would this be without some Splatoon? Of course, they had Splatoon 2. They said version 3.0 is going to be coming out. There's going to be a rank X above rank S plus for those of you Splatoon I'm looking at you, Ultra. I'm looking at you. For those Splatoon fanatics that are all the way up there, play this game religiously. Now they're going to be adding more better, more higher ranks just for you. I think that comes with, like they said, 100 pieces of clothing, and it's free update, comes with all sorts of stuff. So if for some reason you thought you did everything in Splatoon, now Nintendo's like, nah, fam. There's more stuff now. Yeah, so get back on that Splatoon 2 grind here pretty soon. And in addition to that Splatoon update, we're getting a Splatoon 2 paid DLC. So this paid DLC is like a full-blown, I guess, in-depth. They said it was a deep story. I'm not going to say it's not, but I'm not going to say it is. They're going to add a whole new story arc specifically for Octolings, and if you complete that story mode with the paid DLC, you can use Octolings in multiplayer. So I might be looking to get back into Splatoon 2 just so I can play some damn Octolings in multiplayer. I thought that was a cool look. I thought some of the Octolings looked better. So catch me playing through that. I still haven't even beat the regular story mode. I'm probably just going to get back into Splatoon 2 here. So yeah, looked interesting. And the story did look vastly different from regular Splatoon 2 story mode, although the gameplay, it looked better. I'm not saying it looked better. It looked like there was a lot more variety and a lot more challenge in the Octo DLC, Octo expansion. It looked more challenging. It looked like it had a lot more going on. So that's cool. That's cool. And finally, when we thought it was all over, they're like, wait, we got one more announcement. And guess what? It starts with Splatoon 2. Now, your boy already knew. I'm like, they literally just showed all the Splatoon 2 stuff. They're not showing some more Splatoon 2. That's not what's happening. I was like, this is Smash. And then they're, the Splatoon guys, they'd be running around, they'd be doing stuff, they'd be throwing things, and they'd be dodging, and all of a sudden it turns dark. And then, wait for it, prepare yourself, Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Be making its way to the Nintendo Switch this year, 2018. 2018, Smash Bros. Comes out this year. Now, when they say 2018, we all know Smash Bros. Probably going to be like November, December time. But that's lit. That's hype. And I know there's a lot of debate online whether it's a port of the Wii U version or if it's a new game. There actually is a lot of evidence to suggest this is a new game, and if you look at it from Nintendo's perspective, in a way it does make sense. I mean, obviously it's a lot easier to port over... Oh, gosh damn it, the alarm. Anyways, a lot easier to port over Smash Bros. From the Wii U. Yes, that is very true, just add a couple new characters. But I think the fact that I don't know. There's a lot of evidence that suggests otherwise. Like with the Breath of the Wild Link look, obviously the Inklings from Splatoon 2. The fact that nowhere in any of there's a completely different logo at the end in comparison to Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. So I think it might be a full-fledged new Smash Bros. Like unlike some of these other games where yeah, port them over is like what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm rambling. I'm rambling. Um, I'm right now, like at first, I would definitely have said it's a port of the Wii U version, but now that I've seen some of the supports and arguments online, I'm leaning towards a new Smash game. So, you know, we'll just wait and see. We will wait and see what happens there. But then again, what would I know? I'm just some guy on the internet.